What's up guys, and welcome back to another EVE Online video. Today is episode 2 of my Running a Wormhole Corporation series, and as promised in episode 1 we will be doing a deep dive into some of the stuff I've been focusing on this week. In particular, this is going to be looking at corporation projects. So the new corporation projects that were really updated during the Havoc expansion. We're going to dive into that, and actually depending on how long this video takes, because I want to be a little bit more concise, we might look only at the new exploration function within the corporation projects. Really specific task. Why in this series, why looking at it in running a wormhole corporation? Well, two reasons. One, it's actually taken up a big chunk of time in the last few days for a couple of us to think about how we want the projects to work, and basically, yeah, why we want to use them, how we want them to function, what we want to reward our players for doing, that kind of stuff. And then also then actually just testing it, play testing it, making sure all the functionality is there, making sure we understand properly how everything functions, so that we can then inform the rest of the group. But also checking for other stuff, limitations. So can it do exactly what we want it to do? Is it exploitable? All that kind of stuff we've been testing this week. So there's been a bit of time invested in this, and so this is all stuff that goes running into running a corporation. Sorry. And so with that in mind, we'll just jump straight in. And if you want to access corporation projects, the system and everything has existed for about 6 months, but as mentioned, it got a really big and awesome update during the Havoc expansion. But if we go to your corporation window, which if you don't have it pinned here, it's Neocon menu, social, corporation, and you will probably land on your corporation bulletins page. If you don't have roles, you might not see all of this stuff. I actually can't remember what you do and don't see. But on your My Corporation tab, you'll then see one on the left here called Projects. If you want to go in and create a project, this is how you do it. And I'll touch on how you go and see what projects are available and that kind of good stuff as a member afterwards. But you can see here, basically, here is a project up and running. I've got one active project running currently, and this is a trial wormhole chain maintenance project. So this is what I've been playing with and getting set up to make sure everything is functioning smoothly. And today I'm going to go through the process of setting up another one as a test and show you how it works and the limitations and things. So this is the landing page, and if you want to create a new project, you have to either be CEO, director, or there is a new role called project manager, which can be bestowed upon people. Anyone in the corporation can be given the project manager title, and with it they get access to a specific wallet division, so that then they can set up and create projects with automatic payouts and things. And then just to mention there, that is the really big, exciting change. There's been a few changes, all of them super positive, but the really exciting one for corporation projects that now makes it properly viable as a tool is the automatic payouts. So you can directly reward your corporation members for completing the projects, which is awesome stuff. So let's go through it. I just hit create new, and you get this little window come up. Also, I've just remembered, because some of you might be looking at my thing like, why is it all ridiculous and red? One of the other features of the expansion was you can now customize your UI completely, which is quite cool. Mine looks horrible. I went with almost as garish a one as I could bring myself to do for a bit of fun. But if you just go into the escape menu, user interface, and then come down here to color theme, you can create new themes with this window, and it all sets a preview and stuff. And I've ended up with this weird turquoise red one for a bit of fun. So that might be why it's looking a bit different to yours. You can now customize it. Okay, we've got this little window for our corporation project creation. You get a few little drop downs. This first one is the type of project that you want to have set up. This list has been expanded hugely. You know, there's still the damage capsuleers. There's now destroy capsuleer ships, manufacturing projects, delivery projects, stuff to do with factional warfare specifically, which is great. Projects for Logi, which is awesome, mining, all that good stuff. But the one I'm going to dive into today, and the one actually I was really excited about when it came out, is scan signatures. Now, why is this exciting? We can finally reward our membership. So if you don't know, if you haven't watched episode 1, I live and operate a Wormhole Corporation. So we spend a lot of our time having to map wormholes so that we can either kind of stay a bit safer, understand the situation around us, find content, all that kind of stuff. And we rely on our members to just scan a lot. People need to be scanning down chain, getting several wormholes scanned down, understanding the full environment. And apart from literal thanks, it's a pretty thankless task. All you're doing is you spend quite a long time getting set up to then run content that you want to run. And we've got a few. We're very lucky in our corporation because we're not huge, but we're very lucky in that we have several members that are really, really dedicated to doing that, and they do so much more than everyone else and are really dedicated to it. I will name some actually, like Damaris Den tops our list a lot. One of our directors, Ailu, is always up there. Kustok does it. Like, we've got a few members that are just always out scanning, and it's awesome for everyone else because it means the content is there. But there's not been a way to reward them for it other than just a cash payout or a medal or something up until now. And so that's what the scanning signatures project is really exciting for, especially if you run a Wormhole Corporation. So one of the things you can filter by, so you scan signatures, you can filter by the specific signature type, which is quite cool. Why might that be good? One of the things I was thinking about is maybe if you're a nullsec alliance, you hold SOV and you want to understand, you know, you've got a fleet, you've got a moon about to pop, an R64 moon, and you want to undock your Oracle and all your hulks deep into your safe systems. But wormholes can spawn at any time, and so you might set up a project where people get paid, I don't know, 10 million for every wormhole they scan down, so that you can understand exactly when wormholes are spawning and whether your Rorquals are going to be at risk, all that kind of stuff. So that's one of the thoughts I've got for why you might need a specific signature type. But generally, in wormhole space, generally we would like any scan down because we want to have a full understanding of our system. At least that's been the case so far, and the thinking. So we set that to any, and that means every single signature that gets scanned, they'll get rewarded for. You can set specific solar systems, which is also awesome. So you know, you might want to put your home wormhole in here because you just want to reward people particularly high value for scanning down the home system and having that all locked in there. Similarly, other parts of space, if you know your SOV systems in nullsec, you might want to name them as well. But this is actually one of the big limitations here, is per project you can only have one solar system, at least as far as I have been able to work out. So if I put in Jita, you can pick the solar system from the list, and Jita's gone in there. But if I now do space Amar, nothing, I can't put that in. If I do Jita, comma, Amar, nothing, right? You can only have one solar system in there per project, which is a pretty big limitation. So you might, that might be fine if I want to set up a project specifically for my wormhole system, just my one system, of course, that's great. But again, if you hold Sov in null or something, you're going to have to create, I don't know, if you have 20 systems, you're going to have to create 20 separate projects to be able to set that up in the way that you want to. And why is that a problem? Why can't you just have any solar system? Which you can, of course, like I could just leave that blank and then it's any signature anywhere. Is that isn't necessarily what we want the project to do. So, you know, my specific reason for setting up a scan signatures project is to ensure that we are able to scan out of our chain, build up a really good map and understand what's going on in wormhole space. But what I don't care about is all the signatures in a random high-sec system or low-sec system. That has nothing to do with our whole. But there's no way of stopping that from happening, and so we'll just pay people to go and scan, like someone that might be out just doing a bit of combat exploration in high-sec will be getting paid as a result of this project, which is not the intention. So the new chain, that's one of the limitations I think we've spotted so far. If anyone knows that you can do multiple solar systems per per project, please let me know in the comments, but I've not yet found out how to do that. And my suggestion, what would be great, is if you could set some more than just solar system. If you could maybe, if I could set it to JSpace systems, for example. I want all JSpace systems to be possible, but not KSpace. Or if you hold Sov or anywhere, you might be able to set per region or per constellation. That would be more useful than having to set up 20 projects along there. Or in Wormhole's case, I can't set up 20 projects because I don't know what the neighboring solar system is going to be that I want scanned down. So I have to leave this blank for my purposes. So that's one limitation and thoughts and recommendation on the subject. We've been trying to get that figured out, but haven't been able to yet. And then moving on is then the total number of signatures to be scanned in the project. Default is 1, but that means once one signature has been scanned, the project closes. So what might be a reasonable number for a wormhole scanning project? 10,000 signatures might keep us ticking over for a couple weeks without having to reset the project, which would be good. This trial one I had set up here is 1,000, and it's been running 3, maybe 4 days, and is nearly finished. 1,000 signatures, so we might be able to go 10,000 signatures, and we get close to a month actually, which would be really cool. I'm not going to set up that many now because there will be conflict against the one that's running. So for this purposes, I am just going to set this to 10. Nope, I'm going to have to go higher than 10 because I know people are out scanning at the moment. So let's go 1,000, and then I'll just delete this afterwards. Okay, so that's how many signatures you want to be scanned, and that's any signatures in any system. And we move on to the description, so your members understand what they're looking at. This is a YouTube example, so they'll see all this will pop up. Description, so you can help. So yeah, it's all there. Creating YouTube video, and then career path. This is an interesting one. This affects how it shows up in the opportunities window for your membership. Which is quite cool. So scanning signatures is clearly an explorer path, but I could set it to industrialist and confuse everyone, but that's probably not a good idea. Unclassified would be fine, but I'm going to go explorer. And then the really exciting bit, payment. Payment is optional. You don't have to set it up on a project, but if you really want the project to be successful and worthwhile, then you want to pay. And so in this instance, it's reward per signature scanned according to the definition. And what we've been playing with is we're trying to work out what is a reasonable number for people to be rewarded for. And I have to say, one of the dilemmas here is people already People are already scanning it. As mentioned, we're incredibly fortunate in our corporation. There are plenty of people that want to scan already and are doing so, and they've been doing it without getting paid. We of course want to reward them, but it needs to be a figure that is kind of still reasonable, because 1,000 signatures is a lot. Okay, so if we just do 1,000 disk, which is nothing per signature, that's only 1,000,000, but it builds up really fast. Okay, so 100,000 disk per signature. You need to scan 10 signatures to get 1,000,000 disk. That's not much money, but immediately the corporation for the project, you can see the total project cost here is now 100 million ISK. So we would have sunk 100 million ISK into the program, the project in this case. But if I want to go to a level that actually rewards people like properly for all their scanning, so 1,000,000 ISK per, 1,000,000 ISK is going to be too much, to be honest. 1,000,000 ISK per signature, then the whole project costs us 1 billion, which is, it's a lot just for scanning down wormholes. So we're working on trying to find the right balance there at the moment. I'm going to keep this low because it's just the test project. So right now this is literally just to demonstrate the values. As mentioned, like if you're running Solve or something, or you want to go for specific ones, so if we've got, if I say I go to 100,000 for general scanning, but specifically for scanning down our wormhole system, I could set up a separate project in that one system, and every signature in there is worth 10 million. Then people are really incentivized to undock and do 10 million ISK per signature, specifically in that system. That's great. For all you project managers out there, one thing to bear in mind with your project costs is as soon as you hit create, this money is taken out of the corporation wallet and held in escrow. So if you want to set up a really long project, so like this for example, if this was just in, I could change this to just a specific solar system. Let's go J, this random solar system. If I it took a long time for 1,000 signatures to spawn in this system. And so I could be setting this project up thinking, hey, this is just going to run in the background for a year. Great. This 10 billion ISK will come out of your project immediately, out of your wallet immediately, and be held in escrow. So bear that in mind. Pay attention to how much you've got in your wallet, and if you're going to do that. So we're going back to any, keeping it at 1,000, and for payment, because this is just a test, we're going down to 100 so that we can show you how everything functions. And that's it. That's a project created. As soon as I hit create new, I'll get a notification. Everyone in my corporation will get a notification, and I haven't given them a heads up I'm doing this, and it'll be live. So create new. Here it comes up, new project available. So that will come up for everyone. You wouldn't be surprised if there's some chat going on about it in a minute. Your notification looks like this, new project available. You get a mail just saying project YouTube example has been created by whoever. And if you click it, it takes you to the opportunities window, which is, damn it, that's fine. Which we'll touch on in just a second. So in the corporation window, the view looks like this. So let me kill opportunities, close all tabs. In the corporation window, your view looks like it did before, but there's a second project available inactive, and that's all lovely. I can see the total amount of ISK available for the project, total, how many projects have been completed, the history. These ones were all done before the update. So active, and then you can click on them to see what's been going on. It opens the opportunities window. So if you want to find them as a member, you need to, I don't have opportunities in here, so you need to find your opportunities. So in here, activities, opportunities, straight at the top, and it'll bring up your opportunities window. This is defaulted to the corporation projects, but it might default you to all. And this is where the career type in the making the corporation creation, the project creation window comes in, because it'll come up in here. So you have corporation projects at the top, you've got your epic arcs and everything, all this kind of good stuff, faction warfare, everything that's available to you in the game basically is in opportunities window. But you can also browse by career. So if I now browse by explorer, the only explorer things directly available to me are my projects, which is quite cool. And so you might just always have your career path set to Enforcer, which is some anomalies come up, or Explorer, and so on. So yes, that's one of the ways you can see what's going on, and you can open them up and see who created it, who for, related opportunities, the progress, so how many people have scanned what down, your personal contribution to that project, and you can also choose to track it, which brings it up in your left-hand side, which is quite cool. There's a few other things you can do. You can share it, so if you drag this down into the chat, you can share that opportunity with people, or take you to the corporation window if you do that, which is where they all are. And then for those with admin rights, so the directors, CEOs, and project managers, they can go view admin details, which gives you an indication of everyone that's contributed. So right now no one has contributed, but I can show you really quickly our other project, which I've had up and running for a little while, as mentioned. 1,000 signatures, 932 have already been completed. If I go to view admin details, then we can see contributions, and you get a list of everyone that has contributed. So you can see how many individuals are done, how much they've been paid, order them, and then let people know, and give people a bonus or whatever for doing a good job. So in this case, Cal is running away with it at the top, and the project will come to an end probably today based on those figures. That's also where I'll use the other one as an example. So if I go back to the first YouTube example now, you'll see you just got untrack and nothing else on the right hand side. Whereas if I go to this one, you'll track and claim. So let's undock and see what happens when we do some scanning. And I also want to talk about another limitation in here. Hopefully there's a signature in the system and I can scan it down. Yes, we do have a signature. So let's minimize that, launch my probes, and just scan one of these down real quick so that we can show how it works. And it is more or less immediate. So as soon as you scan it down, as a system down, then it comes up as complete. So let's have a quick look while this scanning is happening in the background. Open up my opportunities. We've got nothing, and then as soon as it ends, 1. So literally immediate. And you'll also see the claim button has turned up. So this is how you then get the ISK. So you can see in the remaining amount there's 999, the amount of reward remaining, and that yes, you can claim the ISK. From an admin point of view, you can't see who has claimed, but you can see how much is left. So contributions, it says payout and it says that they've already got it, but I can't see whether they have claimed it. The other thing, just really quick, in the contributions section, is you can just close a project in here and you can duplicate them, which saves quite a lot of time if you want to create similar stuff. So I might, as soon as the other one is finished, I'll probably just duplicate it and go again, or at least play with it a little bit. But when you claim, it goes straight into your wallet, and it's as easy as that. So now I want to talk about a real quick limitation. This is all set up, running, no problem. 1 signature scanned. What will probably have happened though, just so you know, because it's the same as my other project, is I had 5, right? I've now got 600,000. I was at 500,000. So that is going to go up every time I scan. But yes, limitation I would like to show you, and a potential for people to abuse the system. I trust everyone in my system, in my wormhole, not to do this, but it's a pretty big exploit that would be possible. Sorry, so something, not an exploit, but something that people can exploit. Again, I think if you run a large nullsec alliance with a lot of members and you set your prizes high, which is the problem here. If I set a 10 million ISK pot, you can cheese the system by just rescanning the same signature over and over again without even logging off. So if I hit B and rescan, oop, B, rescan, oop, and so you can just run it over and over again. And if you've got reasonable ship fit and stuff, this takes about 6 seconds to scan. So if I did the maths on my other project, if someone really wanted to, which again, I completely trust everyone in my corporation, so I'm not too worried, but I think it's a wider problem. If they really wanted to, on 100,000 ISK per scan, they could make 60 million an hour just by sitting and pressing B over and over again. Bam. And so as soon as you make the pot bigger, if I make that 1 million per ISK, they're making 600 million per hour, and that's worth doing. That's worth causing a problem. Or if you make it 10 million ISK because you want your specific system scanned down, then if someone wants to make a quick buck, they could join the corporation, check the projects, see, oh, these people are offering 10 million ISK per signature in a specific wormhole system, in their home system. I'll undock, I'll just scan that as many times as I can until I drain the project wallet. They'll kick me out, but I've made 3 billion and I'm done. Right, so that's possible, and this is EVE, so I fully suspect the player base would be willing to do that. Okay, I wanted this to be as quick. This is why I only spoke about one very specific topic. We're already at 28 minutes. Damn, I wanted to keep it under 25. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about this week, guys. Next time we might do some... we'll do a less deep dive into projects, but we might tie them into what else we're trying to do, like getting set up with some manufacturing projects. We can use corporation projects to build out those more widespread manufacturing projects and things. So yes, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found it informative. I'm gonna go. Oh, let's delete that project now, just as a final step. Corporation. We've got 2 active projects. YouTube example. We're going to go to admin details. And we're going to mark as closed. Let's claim my 300 ISK and mark as closed. And when you do that, all the cash that has been taken out of the corporation wallet in escrow gets put back into your wallet. Project will become permanently inactive and marked as incomplete under project history. Oh, I don't like that. I don't want it to stay like our projects. Where does it go? Where will it stay as incomplete in project history? Okay, resolution closed. That's no problem. Okay, so we're going to do that. I've already got one, so it's not going to be clean. Can duplicate this one. Closed. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to close that one and try and actually do it so I keep it under at least a half-an-hour video. Corporation projects. What am I doing? I've lost it. I need admin details. Markers closed. Yes. That one has now been closed and should no longer be under active, and it's not. There we go. Alrighty. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I will see you all in the next one. Cheers.